and welcome back to another video on Sports Reels. And today, me and Monster Sports 11 are going to be predicting the 2021 NBA playoffs.
Up.
So basically, Monster Sports 11 is going to do his whole bracket first, then I'm going to do mine. And yeah, let's get right into it. But also, before, check out Monster Sports 11's video. By the time this video comes out, Monster Sports 11's video on this will release. So go in the description below and click on the link and check his video out also. Alright, Monster Sports 11, you can go first.
Okay. So for the first matchup, it's the 8th seed Grizzlies taking on the 5 seed. Wait, what did I just say 5? No, I meant 1 seed Jazz.
Seed. Yeah.
Alright, so I have the Jazz winning in 5. I don't see the Grizzlies moving on against the Jazz. So Jazz move on. Next, we have the 4 seed Clippers taking on the 5 seed Mavericks. I have the Clippers winning in 7. I think it's going to be a close matchup, but I think the Clippers will win in 7. Next, we have the Nuggets versus the Trailblazers. I have the Nuggets winning in 6. I think the Nuggets are just better than Trailblazers. I don't think Damian Lillard can carry them in a playoff series because they have to stop like Nikola Jokic. I don't think anyone on that team can stop Nikola Jokic except maybe Enes Kanter. And then we have the 2 seed Suns taking on the 7 seed Lakers. As the Lakers winning in 7, I think it's going to be one of the closest matchups of the first round. And I have the Lakers winning in 7. Next, we have on the Eastern side, we have the 1 seed Sixers taking on the 8 seed Wizards. I have the Sixers winning in 5. I don't think the Wizards have any chance of moving on. Their defense is horrendous. It's horrendous, and I don't think their defense is going to hold them back a lot. Next, we have the Knicks versus the Hawks. I'm going to have a surprising pick. I'm going to have the Knicks sweeping the Hawks in 4 games.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a hot take.
I just don't think the Hawks' defense is horrendous. And I think the Knicks defense is really good. And I think the Knicks defense can lock up Trae Young. And then I think Julius Randle can drop like a triple-double and move on. Next, we have the 3 seed Bucks taking on the 6 seed Heat. Did I say Heat? No, Heat. Not Heats. Heat. I have the Bucks winning in 7. It's going to be another close match, but I have the Bucks winning in 7. Next, we have the 2 seed Nets against the 7 seed Celtics. As much as I hate to say it, I have the Nets winning in 5 games. All right, you can do your first round next.
All right. So my first round predictions, they're going to be pretty similar, but a couple of different changes. I have the Jazz winning in 5. I just feel like maybe Memphis can pull out 1 game, but I don't see them doing it consistently good like they did against the Warriors last night.
Yeah.
Then I have the Clippers versus the Mavericks. I have the Clippers actually winning this in 6. I just feel like they're going to actually stop the Mavericks and they're not going to choke like last year. But yeah,
they didn't choke in last year. They won in 6 last year.
No, remember like they were up by like a couple games.
No, that was the Nuggets.
No, that was the Clippers. What?
But no, the Clippers beat the Mavericks in 6.
No, I'm saying that I think the Clippers won't choke like in the playoffs again.
Yeah.
I don't specifically mean against the Mavericks.
Okay.
Okay, next I have the Nuggets versus the Trailblazers. I actually have the Trailblazers winning in 7. I just feel like the Damian Lillard would actually carry them, unlike what you said. It's going to be really close, though. I could go either way, but I just feel like the Trailblazers will take this win. And then next, the Suns. Yeah. Oh, wait, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I get why you say the Nuggets. I was thinking of putting the Trailblazers over the Nuggets just because the Nuggets lost Jamal Murray, but I just don't think they can guard Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, that could be a big problem. That's why I said it could go either way.
Yeah.
Next, I have the Suns versus the Lakers. I have the Lakers in 6. It's going to be a really close series, and all the games are going to be close, but I just feel like LeBron will clutch up like he did against the Warriors. I know lots of people tend to hate on him, but he's actually a pretty good player.
Yeah.
And then next is the 76ers versus the Wizards. Yeah, the Sixers, I have them winning in a sweep. I just feel like this team is pretty powerful, and Embiid's back, right?
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, and with that, like they're going to sweep them. Next, I have the Knicks versus the Hawks. I actually have the Hawks taking this win. I just feel like their offense is just going to be too much for the Knicks. I know the Knicks have good depth, but I still think the Hawks are going to win. But they're only going to win in 7. It's going to be really close.
Yeah.
All right. Next, I have the Bucks versus the Heat. I have the Bucks winning this one in 6. I just don't think this game is going to be competitive, but it's not going to be like really close like some of the other series. But I still
Yeah.
have a pretty good game. And next, I have the Celtics versus the Nets. I'm from Boston also, like Raj, and I hope the Celtics would win, but everyone knows realistically they're not. I have the Nets winning in 5. I feel like the Celtics can take one game, but they're not going to take more than that.
Yeah, same.
All right, now your conference semifinals predictions.
Yeah. Alright, so now on to the conference semifinals. I have the 1 seed Jazz taking on the 4 seed Clippers. Now I have, I guess you could say surprise, but I'm not calling it a surprise. I have the Clippers winning in 6 because the Jazz, they aren't a playoff team. A lot of people know that. They're not a playoff team. That's why I have the Clippers winning in 6. I just think Kawhi's going to pop off this series and win. Next, we have the 3 seed not Nets. 3 seed Nuggets taking on the 7 seed Lakers. This is a surprising thing. Even without Jamal Murray, I think the Nuggets can still win the series. I have them winning in 7 and moving on to the conference finals. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Next, I have the 1 seed Sixers taking on the 4 seed Knicks. I have the Sixers winning in 6. I think the Knicks defense will just overpower them for like 2 games, especially. I also think like the Sixers are just gonna play horrible the 2 games that the Knicks win. But other than that, I think the Sixers will win that series in 6 and move on to the conference finals. Then for the last game of the conference semifinals, I have the 3 seed Bucks taking on the 2 seed Nets, and I have the Nets in 6. I think in my opinion, the only team in this league that can beat the Nets is the Lakers. And yeah,
And
so
they
they're
already
gonna beat.
lost, so.
Yeah, I know. So I think you guys know where I'm heading with this. So the Nets winning this series in 6.
All right, now my conference semifinals predictions. I had the same result in the first game. Like Mon Sports 11 said, Jazz not the most playoff team. I have the Lakers winning 6. No, the Clippers winning in 6 as well. What does the Clippers even stand for?
What?
Like, why did they choose the Clippers as a name?
I don't know.
All right, next is a 6 seed Trailblazers versus a 7 seed Lakers, and I actually had the Lakers winning this. If they played a different team, I might have had them losing, but I just feel like Lillard can't carry for 2 straight series, especially against LeBron, and this Lakers team is pretty powerful. I had them winning in 5.
Yeah.
Next is the 76ers versus the Hawks. I have the 76ers winning this game in 5. I feel like one game the Hawks offense could overpower the Sixers, but in general, this Hawks team is not good enough to beat the Sixers this year.
Yeah.
And then next, I have the Bucks versus the Nets, and I just feel like the Nets are going to win this one. This team is probably most favored to win the finals, and I just feel like this team is very powerful on the offensive side, and I don't think the Bucks offense is going to be enough to like counteract the Nets' very powerful offense. I have the Nets winning in 6. All right. Conference finals predictions.
Time for my conference finals predictions. I have the 4 seed Lakers taking on the 3 seed Nuggets. And this is a big game. It's going to be a really close one. Last year, you already know, Clippers lost to the Nuggets in 7 games after blowing a 3-1 lead in the conference semifinals. Now they're playing each other in the conference finals. And I think the same thing's going to happen. I think the Clippers are going to win the first 2 games. Nuggets win game 3. Clippers win game 4. And Nuggets win 3 straight to come back from 3-1 once again and win in 7 games and head to the finals.
If that actually happens again, NBA Twitter is going to go wild.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's going to be posting memes about, like, the Clippers and how it wasn't Doc Rivers' fault. And the last game was conference finals, the Eastern Conference Finals. This team will be representing the East in the finals. And I have the 1 seed 76ers taking on the 2 seed Nets. And I don't think the 76ers have a chance. Even as powerful as they have, how much depth they have, still think the Nets will win in this game in 5. The Nets just have a ton of experience. They have like how many, like 40 combined All-Star appearances?
Jesus, really?
Like Kyrie, Harden, and like Durant have like 30 combined. Then they have like three other players that have like three All-Star appearances, like Blake Griffin and like a player. Yeah, I know, 40 combined. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I just don't. Just knowing that fact, have the Nets winning this in five.
All right, now my conference finals predictions. It's gonna be the LA battle, Clippers versus Lakers. I don't know which way this game will go. Like, so don't hate on me. Just the Lakers, they're pretty powerful. LeBron clutches a lot, but the Clippers, I think they're the better team overall. But I'm actually gonna go to the Lakers in 7.
Yeah,
I know people don't like the Lakers winning it every single year, or like LeBron making it so many years, but I just feel like he's just not even just him, just the team overall is just good enough to make the finals consistently. And then now on the
yeah,
Eastern side, I have the Nets versus the Sixers, and just like Monster Sports 11 said, they can't contain the Nets. Their offense is just too powerful. One of the best in recent years, probably.
if
And
not the best.
yeah, that could be true also, debatably. I have the Nets winning in 5. Sixers can take one game maybe in the middle of the series, but no more. Alright, now the finals predictions for Monster Sports 11.
Okay, I have the team representing the West, the 3 seed Nuggets, taking on the team representing the East, the 2 seed Nets. And you guys already know who I'm picking because of what I said earlier. Only team I see having a realistic chance of beating the Nets in a 7 game in a best-of-7 playoff series, I think is the Lakers. And the Lakers are out, and they're playing the Nuggets. Even with Jamal Murray, I still think the Nets would probably win this, just in like maybe 7 or 6 games. But without Jamal Murray, it just gives them a way less chance of beating this Nets team. So I have the Brooklyn Nets winning in 5 to win the NBA Finals. It's not going to be a fun series. I think the Nets are going to like win the first 2 games by 20. Not, and then third game they're going to win by like 5. Fourth game they're going to lose by like 2, and then fifth game they're going to win by like 10.
Yeah, I think NBA viewership this playoffs are not going to be as high as in recent years, especially since Curry and the Warriors are out now. So it's one of the series is going to be pretty boring also. Alright, now my predictions. From the western side of the 7th seed Lakers, the eastern side, the 2nd seed Nets. And I have the series going pretty close. I have the Nets winning in 7. I
Yeah,
just feel like the only team, like Monster Sloan said, I think a couple teams could compete with the Nets if it was a 1 game series, but in a 7 game series, no team except the Lakers could probably compete. Maybe the Clippers could come somewhat close, but other than that, I have the Nets winning in 7, just for the same reason. Just the offense is too good.
yeah.
And yeah, that's our predictions. I had the Nets winning in 7, and so Monster Sports 11 had the Nets winning in 5. So remember to check out Monster Sports 11's video in the description below, and check out his channel. He posts lots of also sports content if you want to see that. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Peace.